in the 96th minute. They come from 3-0 down. 3 goals in the first 15 minutes of the game. Spurs were dead. Spurs were buried. It was over. It was finished. They were out of here. And they fought their way back into the game. 3-1. 3-2. 3-3 Richarlison. First Premier League goal. Shirt off at Anfield. Tottenham keep their top 4 hopes alive. And then 10, I repeat, 10 seconds. 10 seconds later. Bottle Job FC strike again. They strike again and they concede within 10 seconds of saving the game.
How dare you?
How dare you? You're right, Greta Thunberg. How dare you? Absolutely horrendous. Listen, today was a game of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Scintillating at times from Liverpool. Scintillating at times from Tottenham. But awful defending from Liverpool. Awful defending from Tottenham. These two both need massive surgery in the summer. Don't let today's win. Listen, Liverpool fans, celebrate it. Of course, celebrate it. You won a game. Your hopes of top 4 are still alive to a degree. But Liverpool, listen, Jurgen Klopp will be in that dressing room now ripping into these players for throwing away a 3-goal lead. But Tottenham, if they had some bottle, they'd be dangerous. How do you drag it back to 3-3 with no time left on the clock and lose? How? It beggars belief. They will be sitting in that dressing room now stunned. I was about to say it'll feel like a loss. It is a loss, but they won't know how. Professional fighters sometimes get knocked out clean unconscious and often don't remember anything until 45 minutes, an hour later. They'll be in an ambulance or a hospital bed and they'll kind of come to their senses and then almost not remember the fight or leaving the ring or what happened. That is going to be the case for these Spurs players. They're going to be on a coach or a train or an aeroplane on the way back to London. They might be sitting at home tonight with their missus. It could be turning up to training in the morning and suddenly, whoa, it's going to hit them. And they're going to think, we just drew 3-3. Oh, no, we didn't. Mora got his first assist of the season by setting up Diogo Jota. Absolutely horrendous. From a scintillating, nail-biting, enthralling comeback to sheer, unadulterated embarrassment within a few minutes. Within a few minutes, that is the turnaround on that is absolutely ridiculous. And Autry, I've just sent you the link, bro. I saw you in the comment section. Absolutely horrendous. And you've got to call it out for what it is. Spurs did so well to fight their way back into this game. Absolutely impeccable. And we'll get on to Liverpool in a minute because there's some problems with that football club. The win today doesn't paint over the fact that defensively, there needs to be 2 or 3 players purchased in this summer. Even with Trent moving into the midfield role, there's still big defensive issues. But Spurs almost did this the other night against Man United. They got back to 2-2 and then sat back. And look, if United were a little bit more on form, they could have scored in that last 10 minutes. Rashford had a shot that went close. A few good balls into the box, well defended. They switch off. Now, the word bottle job is thrown around a little bit too much at times, and I get that. But what it essentially means is you don't have the mental capability to see things through. You don't have the mental strength to maintain an advantage that you've gained. That is all it really means. That is it. And this Spurs team are weak. If anything, you should go on to win the game from there. If anything was going to happen after that point, you're in the ascendancy. absolutely in the ascendancy. And I understand this isn't a permanent manager, but big things have got to be addressed at Tottenham this summer. I don't know how they fix the mentality. I think that's board level, ownership level, Daniel Levy's level, because that is where the true heart of a club is created. People don't think it is, but it is. You know, the old managers of old, the Sir Matt Busbys, the Bill Nicholsons, the Paisleys, the Shankleys, the Cloughs. They were the head coaches like Klopp and Pep and Ten Hag, and they were the directors of football. They were the Levys and the Glazers and the like. They did both jobs back in the day. Another reason why football's different now. And they were the core of the club. They set the standard. Spurs are losers, and you saw that today. Someone here says bottling a 3-0 lead at home is more embarrassing, but they didn't bottle it. They collapsed. They threw away a 3-0 lead, but they won the game. Liverpool didn't bottle it in the end. Results-based business. And if this was like once in a blue moon, every now and then, City lose like this. Every now and then, the brilliant Liverpool team under Klopp lost like this. But you didn't call it bottling per se, unless you were bantering, because you know how good they were. This is indicative of Tottenham. Indicative. It shocked me, but then it really, really shouldn't. Let's go to some of your listen, I'll say this now. Tottenham are broken. Tottenham are broken. Yes, they came from behind, and you've got to give that element some credit. But they've conceded 7 goals in the opening 15 minutes in their last 3 games. They'd only conceded 6 in the opening 15 minutes for the entire season in all competitions until the last 3 matches. That's a mental problem, not a tactical one. They came from behind today, which shows when their backs are against the wall, they can play. But it's the fact they can't play like this from the start is a mental issue, not a tactical or technical one. Too many football fans ignore the mental side of sport and just focus on technique and skill and stats. And they're all important parts. They are all important parts. But the lack of mental fortitude, strength, and the inferiority complex that Tottenham feel, that needs to be addressed. Before you start thinking of players and managers and systems, that has to be addressed at the core of the football club. And the fans have to demand high standards always. They simply do. Without fixing that, nothing else matters. Your foundation has to be strong. You could have the best bricks, the best roof, the best interior designers, the best windows, the best furniture, great sound systems, iPlug ports in all your walls, Bluetooth over your house, jacuzzis, swimming pools. If your foundations are built poorly, that house is going to fall the fuck down. Period. Point blank. And all years, a lot of Spurs fans online have come for me because I've called this out. I'm trying to help your club. I'm trying to help your club. I'm trying to help you, but you want to attack me. Demand the best. Get the best. You deserve it, Spurs fans. You pay more money than anybody else. Listen, you know, most of you are working class people and you pay ridiculous money for what you get back. And there's no pride in your club. What pride possibly could Tottenham be taking from the way they play football and the way they conduct themselves? It's crazy. TG here says you are so biased. What is there to be biased about today? Liverpool are the team I hate the most in the world. And if you could explain how I'm biased, please do, my friend. There's no bias at all. I'm speaking pure, unadulterated, cold facts. Tottenham do not have the mentality to win major honours. And you saw it today. On Liverpool, as I've already said, brilliant 15 minutes and then collapsed. And Liverpool have been gettable all year. What sees them through is the amount of world-class individual talent they have in their team. But a big overhaul has to happen in the summer. You can look at Jurgen Klopp, and a lot of people, Liverpool fans, tell me I'm wrong. It isn't Klopp. It's the players. So let's focus on the players. Konate is not it at the moment, but I think there's a future there. But when he gets rattled, he becomes erratic. Should have got sent off today. 110% should have been sent off. He already booked. The pullback on Richarlison, it's a yellow card and a penalty. 110% not give him. Trent, when he plays in midfield on the ball, very good. But still defensively, so unaware and so out of position so regularly. The drop-off from Van Dijk is horrendous. I know he kind of slipped today, but he was slipped because he was caught off balance. 18 months ago, the world was scared to attack him, scared to try and dribble past him. Now, they look forward to it. And Andy Robertson has followed suit. He's become almost complacent and lackadaisical at the back. Alisson's still brilliant. Not a fault, in my opinion, for the goals today at all. Still fantastic. Out of this world. Probably him or Mo Salah would have to be player of the year this season for Liverpool if they give out that award.